Hey guys, Colin here with 3DR. In this video, we're going to take a little bit more in-depth look at Solo's mobile app and some of the more advanced features and settings that you have access to. So let's start by opening up the mobile app. As you'll see on the home screen, you have three different options. You can fly solo, you can go to flight school, or you can tap the three little bars at the top left to take you into home, settings, and support, where you can easily log a trouble support ticket or go into the settings of the copter. And these are all things that you can do before you take off while you're on the ground. So let me go ahead and walk you through these really quickly. Click on Solo. If you click on Wi-Fi settings, you'll see you can change the name and the password for the Wi-Fi network. And then this section below the Wi-Fi settings are all the things pertaining to the Solo copter itself. The first one is performance. You can see right here, I can easily change how fast Solo is going to fly. I can change how quickly the camera is going to pan, or basically how fast you can rotate Solo. And then once I find my settings, I can just hit apply, and I've changed that in real time. You can actually do that during flight as well to change from flying really, really easy to much more aggressive and fast. So that's performance. Now the next one here is altitude limit. Right now it's set at 160 feet so that people aren't gonna be able to fly too high in their first several flights or right out of the box. When you wanna let yourself fly higher, you simply go into this altitude limit and you can scroll over, let's say set it at 400 feet here, click apply. Preset A and preset B, that is what's going to be assigned to your A and B buttons on your controller. Right here, preset A is set for cable cam, and then preset B is set for orbit. So I have that immediate access to cable cam and orbit. Then you've got level calibration as well as compass calibration, where this will actually walk you through how to calibrate the Solo to know what level is, and then also how to calibrate Solo's compass. It's a nice visual guide that walks you right through. It's pretty easy. Moving below Solo, you see the next section is software update, which I can see my software is up to date right now. That's where we can complete our software updates. The next section down are settings that are more specific to the app itself. So how you want your units displayed, whether or not you want voice alerts on or off, and what those volumes should be. System info here tells us what software version we're running on all the different items in the copter, the gimbal, etc. And then advanced settings. So what this is gives you the ability to enable advanced flight modes. Now when I turn this on, we give you a warning saying, hey, some of these flight modes do not use GPS and you should know what you're doing before you turn them on. But once I turn that advanced settings on, watch when I go back to Solo and I set on preset A, I've got a lot more options here of flying with fly manual, which is basically Solo maintains your altitude for you, but it does not use GPS. So it allows you to kind of drift around. If you want to start a shot and then let go and have it slide down like it's on a dolly track, fly manual is what you'd use for that. Stabilize is similar, except for it also doesn't maintain your altitude. You do that yourself. And then acro, drift, and sport are essentially different flight modes that more advanced pilots may prefer. So we're gonna leave it at cable cam and orbit for now. Below the app settings, you see three different options to save videos to your camera roll, to automatically record video during shots. That means when I start a smart shot, it's gonna automatically start rolling. And then when I exit out of a smart shot by pressing the fly button, then it's gonna automatically stop recording. And then finally, we have anonymous feedback. We use this anonymous data to continually make Solo fly better and perform better overall. If you don't want to have that data sent to us automatically, just simply turn that off there. Those are the settings. Now you've got two main buttons on this home screen. So Flight School takes you to Flight School videos, where you can watch the videos from within the app. We'll be adding additional videos, such as the one that you're watching right now, to this section, as well as videos on the different shot modes and things like that. So feel free to check there in Flight School for any new videos that we'll be posting. Okay, and then finally here we have the Fly Solo button. This is where you'll go to actually fly solo. This is the main screen that you'll see while you're flying, which is primarily a video feed of what Solo is seeing in real time. So here we have it flying around, we're up in the air, we can see a nice beautiful view of Lake Austin here. So obviously that'll be the main thing that you're utilizing in the fly screen, but let's look at what else we can see. First and foremost, in the middle top of the screen, it says fly right now. I can tap on that, and this is how I access my smart shots. When you tap on a smart shot, say selfie for instance, it brings up this little 1/3 satellite view, which shows me where the selfie is gonna take place. And then I've got these three little dots where I can make some simple adjustments to any certain flight mode. So once I make those adjustments, I can hit the play button. You'll see selfie is actually happening, and then you'll see it happening across the bottom of the screen. I can of course see it happening in real time with the satellite view. You can access this third view satellite by swiping out from the right to see it. And then you can simply tap that to go into a full satellite view, and you have your little picture-in-picture up in the top left. So if I tap my picture-in-picture, I go back to a full screen view of the FPV. I can see that the selfie is coming to an end here. You can get out of any smart shot at any time by simply tapping the fly button. I've now gotten out of my smart shot and I'm back in the normal fly mode. So that's that middle area at the top of the screen. That's where you're gonna access all your different types of shots. The other information on the top of the screen is basic flight information. You can see my home location. I'm 72 feet away. If I fly backwards, I get closer and closer to my home point. My altitude, I can reduce my altitude or increase my altitude. This tells me, of course, how high Solo is in the air based on where it took off. Then I can see the battery life remaining on Solo, which matches the very large numbers on the screen of your controller that says 42% remaining. And then of course I see my connection strength to Solo directly to the right of that. Now, if you tap anywhere on that bar, say I tap where this 41% is, then I get additional data like the speed of Solo, how many satellites I have, what my HDOP is, information that most people don't necessarily need to know, but it's kind of handy to see what your speed is. I can get a little bit more detailed information on the battery, like what my current voltage is, how many amps I'm drawing at any given time, and then even the RSSI value of my connection with Solo. So that's kind of a look at flight information. I can tap on that top bar again to take it down to just the basic info. I can tap this little arrow in the top right to hide all the info or to show the info again. Of course, you've got these 3 bars as well that takes you into your home, support, or settings. So let's say we wanted to log a trouble ticket. I could tap on support. It says having flight troubles. I can log a flight right while I'm in flight. It actually gets the log file from my controller, puts it into an email as an attachment, tells the trouble support team the basic information. I can add some text here if I want, and then I just hit send. I just emailed out that flight log. So I can go back, and now we're back to flying again, go back to our main screen where we see what's going on. This little red dot here allows you to start recording, which is now recording this video directly onto the camera roll of my iPad. I can hit stop here. When you have a gimbal, when you press that record button, you'll also start recording on the GoPro and stop recording on the GoPro. So that was a little closer look at some of the more advanced features and settings that you can use to really tailor your own Solo experience. Now, keep an eye out because we're going to be regularly releasing new mobile app updates as well as updates to the onboard software that will just continually enhance your experience with Solo. So until then, fly safe and have fun.